All right, looking at EChf, it's been respecting the levels that it's been bouncing off of quite heavily, and it bounced off of this level right here. When I go to the smaller time frame, it actually made a structure at this level for the first bottom of the larger time frames double bottom that is currently look like it's making. So mouthful. Bottom one would be right here of the larger time frame. The price is forming the counterpart there, or the second part, and then within the first bottom it was another DB pattern that formed to give it the push upward. Didn't quite hit that level. It just needed to get a couple more contracts over where price had actually closed within the first bottom of the first bottom, and then that's actually, if you're looking at it scrolling over, that's where price is currently right now. But I'm definitely expecting it to touch that level. So once it touches that level on the daily, I do want to see some CSP, but I'm honestly not sure if I would see it like a tap of the wick like that, or if it will go down, close around there, consolidate or accumulate some contracts before making the push upward, if it is a double bottom pattern, a valid double bottom pattern. So I'm kind of just keeping my eye out on this one. Could set a limit, but I mean, I don't know. On the 8-hour time frame, it's probably a lot smoother, but I'm gonna just keep it rocking with this. It may do a little tiny bearish wick down here, and then blast up with an outside bar, or a golden bar, outside bar, same thing. So I mean, kind of like I said, I'm gonna keep my eye on this one. It's nothing that I'm gonna set a limit for, just because I need to see a little bit of bullish activity at this actual level before hopping into that trade. All right, EChf did the predicted move. Was a little bit hesitant at first, only because it did originally close below that buy zone that I thought it was going to bounce off of, but it did give that small, well, not small, it did give a hammer right there with a little bit more extended width than I thought it would, but it did come and finish with the outside bar really being a CSP, and entry was immediately after seeing that CSP, that bullet CSP right here. So then it started going up, and then it did a very slight retracement. I have a fib right here. It's on the 1 hour, and that was that order block, right? And then also that little small pullback right after the outside bar on the 4 hour happened to be a smaller 15-minute 1 hour inverse head and shoulder. So let me actually just do this real quick, and I'll make this like that. So that was that really small head and shoulder right there. So that was that really small head and shoulders that it made, and so that was just extra confirmation. Price went up, broke the neckline of that little head and shoulders, came back, retested it, and then I actually ended up respecting the 78% fib level. So that was the order block. Order block closed with the outside bar again. So I mean, this has been prominent. Went up to the next level, broke above, and then came back, retested it, and that's where price currently is right now. It did respect that the next buy zone at 0402. And so now we're just letting it do its thing and run with the trailers. All right, so EChf was making its move upward from the bounce at 033, and then it started doing, after breaking the 0402 level and confirming the break, it did start making a little pullback, and that was a pullback. I want to say, yes, to the order block. Now would be a great time for an additional entry, only because it made a little CSP right at that 38% fib level. Didn't really even get to that level, and that's a retested level from here. also. So if I go ahead and put that there, that's what I mean. And then it gave further confirmation with that pattern right there. So it's, like I said, a good time for an additional entry, and then it's still rocking and doing what it's doing. All right, EChf took off and decided not to come back. So not really much of an update. It made a small little pullback for the order block around that 38% level. Didn't quite touch it with the second touch, but again, it was still expected. So with that being said, it made an extremely strong bullish run, and it's still continuing that bullish run. What else was I see here? Nothing. That's it. So it's doing very well, performing very well. It's made like a very large breakout from entry. Let's look around here. Yeah, very, very strong move. And the completion of the pattern takes it to a swing level right around here. So that's the only update for EChf. I'm gonna mark this as completed, because if it does run the opposite way, it's past the neckline already. Two very strong bullish confirmation candles. It's going to run into a trailer. So EChf is basically completed.